All right, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. Now, ESPN implements some sort of strange pound-for-pound ranking for each individual weight class in the UFC, okay, which is unnecessary and pointless and quite strange because the whole point of pound-for-pound rankings is we are most likely not going to see these guys fight. So if John Jones and Demetrius Johnson were the same size, who wins, right? We're basically hypothesizing. We're coming up with theories. Oh, who would win and why? What skills do they have? What skills do they have? Oh, if he was 5 foot, all this shit, right? The beautiful thing about weight classes is we don't need to hypothesize. We don't need to come up with theories. We get to see them fight, okay? So I'm not sure why they're doing this, but regardless. Brett Okamoto wrote an article, my bad, about these rankings, okay? They've updated the middleweight rankings post-UFC 293. Now, to be fair to Brett Okamoto, he's the author of the article, but he is not the only one responsible for these rankings. In fact, I don't even know if he had a vote. It was a panel of MMA analysts, okay, which include, I don't know, a few names, 6, 7, maybe something like that. 2 were recognizable to me, so I'm going to say them here. Megan Anderson and Ian Parker. Those were the only 2 I recognized. As I said, they updated the rankings post-UFC 293. And the results may shock you. However, they might not shock some because corporate media, legacy media, whatever you want to call it, bias shills. You don't even need to try to expose them anymore. They do it themselves. Okay? They just show their bias for the world to see. They just push it out there. They don't give a shit. Israel Adesanya is ranked number 1. Okay? Now that might leave some of you saying, well, you know, Leon Edwards head kicks Usman. He doesn't jump above him in the pound for pound rankings. But in their weight class, he's now the champion and Usman's number 1. So then you might think, well, Sean Strickland in the middleweight division in their pound for pound rankings must be at number 2. Well, you'd be wrong, okay? Is he at number 3? Nah. Number 4? Nope. Sean Strickland is ranked number 5, okay? The newly crowned champion who just beat the most dominant champion this division has seen since Anderson Silva in a one-sided schooling. A beatdown. 4 rounds to 1. Not even close. Just completely schooled him. In his own game. On the feet. Pure striking. Not a single takedown shot. Sean Strickland whoops him. Bell to bell. Pillar to post. He's ranked number 5 in the division. Okay? Now, I want to give credit to Anthony Smith and Michael Bisping. Because I've poked fun at both of them before in videos. But they were actually voicing their honest disagreement with this ranking, and they were kind of calling it out on their show, which I appreciate it when guys that are mainstream, that do have jobs with the UFC and ESPN, don't toe the party line, so to speak. They both expressed their disagreement. Anthony Smith actually took the time to text message Brett Okamoto, ask for some clarification, for some logic, for some reasoning. And credit to Brett Okamoto, he texted back. So I'm going to read what he said, and then I want to just go over a couple points, because I don't think that it's a very strong argument. Now, he said, Sean beat Izzy, but that is his only top 5 win. He just lost to Jared, so if he gets placed over Izzy, then Izzy needs to go over Jared, because Izzy beat Jared. Jared lost to Rob, who Izzy beat twice. I know, I had a stroke reading it too, but we'll go over it in a second. The first kind of argument or point that I extract from this statement is this is his only top 5 win. Now, it is the most important top 5 win. It is the best top 5 win. As a matter of fact, it shouldn't even be considered a top 5 win because Israel Adesanya didn't have, a 1 beside his name. He had the C. He was the fucking champion, okay? The champion. So, the most important top 5 win, yep, and Sean Strickland schooled him. Schooled him. Not even competitive, okay? But I want to point this out. Now, I love Dricus du Plessis. I do. I'm a big fan. I think he's awesome. He has 1 win over an active top 5 UFC competitor, okay? And some of you who have very good memories might say, well, Derek Brunson was ranked number 5. You are correct. I will point out, however, that Derek Brunson was coming off of a knockout loss to Jared Cannonier when he fought Dricus du Plessis. He was 40 years of age. He also had beaten Edmund Shabazian, Kevin Holland, and Darren Till to somehow acquire that mysterious top 5 ranking. But my point is that he's gone. He's retired. He has since been cut or let go, amicably or otherwise, from the UFC. He's not an active UFC fighter. He's a retired old man who thought he could go box Jake Paul even though the guy swims through the air like fucking Juliana Pena when he's throwing punches. Dricus du Plessis got one win over a top 5 guy. He does. Derek Brunson's gone. We can't include that. Robert Whittaker is the only top 5 victory he has. Yet, Dricus du Plessis sits one below the former champion, Jesus fuck, at number 2. Okay, so clearly that logic only applies to Sean Strickland, and they implement very strict rules to make it kind of work, because then they can say, well, actually, Dricus du Plessis beat Derek Brunson, who was ranked number 5, some fucking way. Because since then, I'm going to point this out, Paulo Costa is ranked number 6, and I have no idea how. He has not fought in a very long time. But you would imagine that because Paulo Costa has not fought in a very long time, that his ranking would have gone down by now, right? Since March, at least. He's ranked number 6 right now. So what was he ranked back in March? Have they just left him at number 6, or what the fuck's going on? Did they just slyly move some shit around so Dricus du Plessis actually got a win over a top 5 guy, so they could justify him either fighting for the belt or the number 1 contender shot against Robert Whittaker? I mean, what Derek Brunson is not, in my opinion. I have no idea how he acquired that number, but it is what it is, dude. Darren Till's got one win at middleweight, if I'm not mistaken, dude. And that was his last win before getting knocked out by Jared Cannonier, before getting fucked up by Dricus du Plessis. How was he ranked in the top 5? I'm not understanding it. But he's no longer active, so it doesn't matter. He's retired. He's gone. Since that Dricus fight. Didn't fight again ever. Okay? One win over an active top 5 fighter. That's Robert Whittaker. Now, argument number 2, or point number 2 that I've extracted from this, is that the insane amount of mental gymnastics that damn near gave me a fucking stroke trying to read. Just lost to Jared. So if he's over Izzy, Jared has to be over Sean, but Izzy beat Jared. Jared lost to Rob, and Izzy beat Rob twice. What the fuck? What the fuck? How did they even... I'm actually impressed that they were able to fucking do that mental gymnastics. None of that matter. What the fuck, dude? Okay, let's just use their own shit, dude. I'm about to be a fucking Olympic gymnast right here. Sean Strickland beat Israel Adesanya, who beat Robert Whittaker twice, who knocked out Alex Pereira, who actually beat Derek Brunson too, who beat Marvin Vettori twice, who beat Yoel Romero-ish, who beat Jared Cannonier also. So, by their fucking weird logic, by their fucking gymnastics, dude, Sean Strickland's 1-1 against Cannonier because he beat Izzy, who beat Jared. He's 2-0 against Rob because he beat Izzy, who beat Rob twice. Technically, officially. He's 1-1 against Alex Pereira because he beat Izzy, who knocked out Alex Pereira, but he got knocked out by Alex Pereira. He's 2-0 against Vettori, and he's probably 100-0 against him in fucking sparring sessions. What are we doing here? How is the champion not number 1? Israel Adesanya, as Brett Okamoto rightly points out, beat Rob twice, beat Jared, he beat Marvin twice, he beat Yoel-ish, he beat Rob twice-ish, he beat fucking Alex Pereira, like, all this shit, right? How are you going to use all of that and then ignore that Sean Strickland just beat that guy? Apply the same fucking, I don't know what you're doing, dude. Guy's doing backflips on a fucking beam, or some shit, dude. Trying to fit... What are you talking about? Also, dude, I want to point out that loss to Jared Cannonier is bullshit. The same kind of way that the loss Robert Whittaker has against Israel Adesanya in the rematch is bullshit. Okay? It was a split decision, Jared Cannonier and Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland won that fight, dude. We know how good Sean Strickland's defense is. We saw what Jared Cannonier did to Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori is a fucking orc, okay? He's got the best chin I've ever seen in my life. If Sean Strickland got hit clean the way Marvin Vettori did, night-night. Meaning, he did not get hit clean on the chin. At least not very often. But on top of that, he outstruck Jared Cannonier in rounds 2 through 5. He just did. The stats show it, okay? So, He should not have lost to Jared, but he did fine. It was a split decision that he probably should have won. But since Jared lost to Rob twice, and Izzy beat Rob, or fucking hell, dude, see how confusing it is? See how confusing this shit is? Jared Cannonier lost to Rob, who Izzy beat twice. Like, again, Sean beat Israel Adesanya, who beat all of them. Ish. So, therefore, Sean Strickland has completely fucking wiped out everybody except Dricus du Plessis. So, Sean Strickland should be number 1. Rightfully so. The fucking champion, dude. You want to put Izzy 2? Fine. Do it. How in God's green... How can you have the champion at number 5, dude? That's criminal. Criminal. It's insane to me, dude. How are they doing that? Somebody explain this to me. Somebody explain it. I even heard somebody try to say, well, Israel Adesanya's a better mixed martial artist overall. What, dude? Why? Tell me how. Well, because he can throw a question mark kick from the same side. He can step back in a southpaw, throw a straight left, and then a question mark kick behind it. Is that why he's a better martial artist? Because in his realm, stand-up, his best aspect of his fucking game. Because guess what, dude? We've seen 0 ground game from Israel Adesanya. Except for Jan Blachowicz laying on top of him like a wet blanket. Sean Strickland beat him at his own game. So I don't understand how anybody could try and say that he's still the better guy. Ooh, okay. No, he's got a better resume, dude. That's it. Point blank, period. To not have the champion at number 1 is insulting. To have him at number 5 is fucking blasphemy, dude. Blasphemy. Insane to me. I don't understand it whatsoever. I don't care if he lost a split decision to Jared Cannonier. Put Sean Strickland at number fucking 1, where he deserves to be. Okay? Like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I will see you at the next fucking video. Goodbye.